Hello all, welcome again in the video tutorial channel of Mata Rajkaur Institute of Engineering and Technology. This is our fourth lecture and I am Dr. Sanjay Yadav, Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Now again I am with my fourth lecture, that is classification of manufacturing process. In our previous lecture we have learned that what is the manufacturing process and the basic manufacturing processes. These are the basic operations: metal cutting, metal machining, metal casting, metal forming and welding. You all are aware with these processes. What is metal cutting, what is metal casting, what is metal forming and what is welding. So basically our classification of manufacturing process is done on the basis of those manufacturing processes, those basic operations. So first classification is primary shaping processes. What is primary shaping processes? I will let you know that in nature we obtain the material in the natural form. These all materials are found in nature in the form of ores, but of irregular shapes. So our first operation is to convert these irregular stone kind of shapes or into a regular shape ingots. What is the difference between ore and ingot? Ore is found naturally in the earth crust, but it doesn't have a specific shape. It is of irregular shapes like stones. But with the help of basic casting, these ores are being melted in a kind of furnace and casted in a regular form of brick like shape, ingots, known as ingots. Now our process will start, because these ingots cannot be used directly. We need some further operations to convert into the usable form. You use in your daily life so many machines like scooter, car, bike, but have you ever mind that from where it is manufactured? It has number of plastic components, number of metal components, but from where they come? The plastic is not covered into our subject syllabus. So now we are only discussing with the metal where it has to be obtained and how it has to be processed and how it has to be converted into finished good. So first is primary shaping processes, like your metal machining. It is not metal machining, it is only primary shaping your metal casting and metal forming. Metal casting means, in previous lecture we have covered what is metal casting. So take an example of a piston, like for example piston which is fitted inside a cylinder. So have you ever thought that how this piston is obtained in the industries? Now material is defined, specified in the industries, that what material is to be required for the piston. But how it is manufactured? With the help of metal casting. So first of all, pattern is being manufactured. The material may be wax, may be wood, may be metal. So that is a masterpiece, that is a single product, and which is being manufactured very precisely, very accurately, because each and every dimension and shape of your pattern will decide your future casting. So with the help of that masterpiece, that is the exact replica of your product, molding sand is prepared. Molding sand, and in that molding sand, that kind of thing which is like your duff, that you, or you can say clay. When you add some water content into the clay, it will become like molding sand. Some additives are being, and some constituents are being added into the silica, clay and water content to convert it into the molding sand. And now in this molding sand, this pattern is being placed inside the molding sand, and then carefully it is removed from the molding sand, making a cavity into this molding sand. Now we have a hollow cavity in the molding sand. How it has made doesn't matter. We have created a cavity in the molding sand with the help of a pattern, and we have already removed that original pattern, that masterpiece pattern, but now we have only a cavity, and now we will fill this cavity with the molten material from which the piston is needed. Now the material from which the piston is being casted is poured into the cavity, and let us allow it to solidify. Then this casting is being removed from the molding sand, and now we can further process it according to our requirement, like machining, like surface finishing. But this is our primary shaping, means how primarily we shape the product. Now metal forming. So metal forming is your squeezing, means with the help of very heavy forces, very heavy pressure, the metal is being squeezed, plastically deformed, like your coins that are being plastically deformed. That is the metal forming process. I have given you an example of rolling process, that is an example of forming process in my previous lecture. And in our daily life we can see smith forging, either at hot temperature or at a cold temperature. That is known as hot forging and cold forging. Smith is doing all the work of forming. He changes the shape of metal by blowing the hammer, continuously blowing the hammer. Now second classification is secondary machining processes. Now we obtain a product from the primary shaping process, but it cannot be used. It is being extra casted, or the projections are casted along with your product. So we have to remove the extra casted product or the extra casted projections which are unavoidable during our casting. So in secondary machining processes, with the help of available tools, we will machine, we will cut these projections or these extra unexpected, unavoidable casted material. And now we are only removing the material with the help of tool. Means always in machining processes the size is big, but with the help of tool continuously we will remove the material or we can cut the material, then our size is continuously decreasing. So from large size blocks which are casted from the primary shaping processes, our machining process is done to extract a recognizable product, or you can say predefined shape, identified product from the help of machining processes. So all the example related with the metal casting, metal forming are in the primary shaping, but the examples like the operations done on lathe machine tool, shaper machine tool, means all the machine tools on which the material is being removed is covered under this classification, secondary machining processes. Now third one is welding and joining processes. In third classification, now we have obtained the parts from the primary shaping process and then after from secondary machining processes. But for our final use, we have to join two or more than two parts. In some of cases, there may be two parts, but in maximum of cases, there are more than two parts. Now we have to fabricate them into a single entity, into a single product that can be used directly. If you have seen in any of the product at nearby you, take any of product. Now I will give you the example of this marker. Now this is a single product, but it has a cap. Now they will become two part. One is cap, one is body. But now again I can remove some further more parts. Now there are three parts, but one part is inside this hollow cylinder and two parts are being assembled into the tip, but we are able to see that 5 or 6 parts are there inside, even in this simple marker. So in each and every case there are number of components, but for final use, for the end use, we have to join all these parts into the single product with the help of, now this is push fit, this is a kind of assembly. Now it is closed and this is open, but it is a push assembly. Now it is joined with the help of threads. So in metal we can join with the help of threads, means screw and bolt assembly, and we can join with the help of welding processes. So these all are covered in under the third classification. And fourth classification is surface finishing process. Surface finishing processes. Now we have obtained a kind of product that is identical with the product which we are looking, but it is very rough. It is not a good aesthetic in its look. So what should we have to do? We have to convert into a good finish and a good luster. So paint will be done, or you can say the tools which are used to finish its surface, when we touch it we will feel a very smooth surface. So that is being done with the surface finishing process. If the part or product is rough, then it is very odd one. It cannot be used in a good way. So if we want to use it in a good way, then we have to convert it into a shiny and a smooth surface. So that shiny and smooth surface is being done with the help of surface finishing processes like electroplating, your chemical processes, painting, your rubbing, grinding. These all are covered into the fourth classification, surface finishing processes. But still there are something lacking. What is lacking? This is covered into the final and our last classification, processes that affect change in properties. This one is our last classification of manufacturing process. Process that affects the change in properties means we are looking some particular properties, means it must have this strength, it must have this hardness, means the number is defined, but we have obtained from the above processes that is lacking in the property, that is something lower than what was expected. So there are some natural processes, but these are artificial man-made methods to increase its internal properties, like strength, means depending upon its application where it has to be used, the properties being increased. So these are increased with the help of some particular situations, some particular treatments. So like normalizing, hardening, heat treatment, annealing. So these are all the processes which can affect the change in properties, mean our mechanical properties will be improved. And these will be done like the temperature is being increased in the furnace by keeping it in the furnace for the given time period. For example, it is being kept inside a furnace that is maintained at a temperature of 2000 degrees centigrade for 2 hours, and then depending upon the nature of cooling, like fast cooling is there, natural cooling is there, means